Yo, 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 yo. I can't be bothered waiting for the timer. We are live. I can see that we're live on all the platforms. Could you please let me know in the comments? Can you hear me? Is my voice coming through this microphone? We've had a couple of technical issues, but we are now sorted. How is everybody doing? Jump in the comments. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can see me. Let me know how your Monday has gone today. We're going to dive into some genuine power. Are we ready for some power? My energy is literally through the roof right now. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that because here's the thing. Life throws challenges. Life throws curveballs. And that's what I'm going to speak a little bit about today is if you are going through a little bit of a challenging time at the moment, if you're feeling negative, if you're in a little bit of a rut, stick with me. I've got you. I hear you. I feel you. But also I want to help you. And one thing that I've just been reflecting on today is alignment. I just feel so pumped, so grateful, so energized right now, and so aligned, right? I can see people saying, I can hear you loud and bloody clear. I'm sorry, my energy is through the roof. Thank you for being here, by the way, everybody. Appreciate the love, appreciate the feedback. But yeah, the thing that I want to say about this idea of alignment is we all go through tough times. And as I reflect on my last few years, I have been on one hell of a journey. Let me tell you now, when it comes to coaching people, when it comes to building my businesses, when it comes to my personal life, I've had times where I've worked with coaches that it hasn't fully been aligned and it's been challenging. It's been difficult, been through some tough times there. I've been through, challenging breakups. I did a reality TV show. Let me know if some of you know what I'm talking about with the reality TV show. That wasn't the easiest of things to do that I went through earlier this year. And I've also had a lot of moments where I've been like, am I doing the right thing with my business? I'm not sure. I'm doubting myself. I've had people mock me. I've had people that I like take the mick out of me, criticize me, put me down. It's not always easy, but this is the bit that I want to say is despite the ups and downs, one thing I'm going to pat myself on the bloody back for and pride myself on is I keep showing up consistently. And this is something I talk about time and time and time again. Learn through doing, learn through taking action, learn through making mistakes, learn from it all because you're going to learn so much more through personal experience than you are thinking about thinking and planning about planning and talking about talking and overthinking and being overwhelmed and going around in circles. I've had a few coaching calls today and there's people that I've worked with, week in, week out. And one of the common themes I see where people are feeling stuck, they're feeling in a rut, they're feeling uncertain, they don't have clarity, is very simple. They're trying to wait for some light bulb moment to go, there you go, that's what you should be doing. And because it doesn't come, they go around in circles. So I want to start by just giving you this as a thought. Learn from taking bloody action, even if it's messy action, even if it's actions where it doesn't go how you planned, how you thought. If you make mistakes, please put action on a pedestal more than thinking and feeling and thoughts and thinking about thinking and feeling about feeling. Learn through doing. Because let me tell you now, I'm here today, pumped up to hell. I've been working so hard for months behind the scenes. I'm ready to launch something I am so excited about at the end of this month. We've got my free 4-day challenge that I'm so excited to deliver to people that need that boost and that need that support. I'm in the best relationship of my life. Shout out to Holly. I'm so grateful to have met such a beautiful, incredible person who is my biggest supporter, and I am her biggest supporter. And I've never felt this aligned. I feel so bloody aligned. But how did I get here to this? And by the way, I'm not delusional enough to know that I won't still go through challenges and times of ups and downs. That is life. That's part of it. How did I get to this place of feeling so energized, pumped? Bearing in mind, I was up at 4:30 a.m. this morning and I've not taken a nap or anything like that. I have been working all day. How do I feel like this? Because when it wasn't working out, when I didn't have clarity, when I wasn't sure I was doing the right thing, when I was having doubters, haters, trolls, people mocking me, people calling me a scammer, all this kind of stuff behind the scenes and in front of the bloody scenes, I kept on showing up with self-doubt, with nerves. With lack of confidence, I just had the courage to keep on taking action consistently. And I want to start by saying that there's also something I want to give a massive shout out to Paul Moore. He was on my podcast recently. Amazing guy. Paul Moore, I've just seen a video of his and I was like, yes, this is brilliant. And it's so aligned with what I'm talking about here about if you're stuck in a rut, getting back on track. He says nobody falls off the wagon, right? Think about this because this is genius. I love it. People are like, oh, I've fallen off the wagon once again. Oh, I'm not eating right. I'm not training. I'm not in good routines. I'm not in good habits. I've fallen off the wagon. And he's just posted a reel now. Shout out Paul Moore. He said nobody falls off the wagon. That's a lie. You didn't fall off the wagon. You jumped. You jumped off the wagon. You didn't accidentally go, oh, shit, I fell off the wagon. Sorry, guys. You chose. You made a conscious decision. Life got stressful. Life got hectic. You got curveballs, challenges. And in those moments of challenge, you chose to neglect the things that are going to make you feel good, that are going to keep you focused. But the point that he was making, and I stand by 100%, is just as it was a choice, not a fall, it was a jump, it was a conscious decision. You're one decision away, is how he said it. You're one decision away from being back on the wagon. Just one decision. And I thought I would just open by sharing that because I was like, boom. I can see Matt Zena over on Instagram says, I feel the same. So pumped. Holiday done. Ready to work. Gary says Monster Energy drink. No, I did have one this morning in the gym though, not going to lie. But not recently. This is pure high vibes, high energy from life, my friend. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for the engagement. I'm just going to head over to Facebook now so I can see over here. We've got, hey, Leslie, how are you doing? I can see Leanne is here. Hello, hello, welcome all. Lovely to see you all. Please do, if you have any questions, anything you want to ask me, stick them in the chat. So let me know. Just tap some love hearts for me wherever you are, tap away, or put a comment in the chat if you're happy to. Let me know if you have been struggling recently to get into good habits, good routine, if you've quote unquote fallen / jumped off the wagon. Let me know and be honest about this. I do it. I'm not here saying I'm superhuman. I'm not here saying I'm perfect. I'm not here saying that I am the guru and I never get anything wrong. We all have our moments, myself included. Hey, Maya, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Let me know because this is going to be for you. I'm just going to give you 3 simple things. 3 simple, straightforward things to help you get back on track. Let me just have a look at the Facebook. Hang on. Let me know. Give me some engagement, people. Engage with me. Write in the comments. Let me know if you're here. I don't want to speak to myself. I don't like speaking to myself. I like speaking to other people. Let me know. So this is going to be for you. I'm going to give you 3 simple things to help you get through this period of, if you've been a bit negative, if you've been a bit stuck in a rut, if you've been a bit like, shut up, Matt, with your high energy, can't be bothered. And now you're a bit like fed up with yourself. These are 3 simple steps to follow. And the first one might surprise you. It might not be quite what you expected me to say, but I do think this is important. So step number 1, if you are stuck in a rut, if you're struggling, step number 1 that I would suggest, allow yourself to be stuck in a rut. What? That don't make any sense. I thought he was going to give me some motivation, Matt, and kick me up the ass. No, seriously. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to feel that. Because what I don't promote, encourage, endorse is ignoring emotion, is bottling emotion up. If you are feeling frustrated even, if you're feeling uncertain, if you're feeling pissed off, ultimately, the first step that I would encourage you to do is just feel it for a bit. Like, sit with it, think about it, talk about it a little bit, but give yourself a deadline. Because what people do is they don't acknowledge it. They just go, oh, can't be bothered, watch the TV. Oh, can't be bothered, eat the cake, eat the burger. And they mask their emotions. They hide their emotions in food, in alcohol, in socializing, in drugs, whatever their thing is. I don't want you to do that. I want you to say, do you know what? I am feeling uncertain right now. I don't know what direction to go in. I am feeling a bit in a negative headspace. Yeah, I do feel that way. And I'm going to sit with it for a bit. I'm going to explore it a little bit. And what I would encourage you to do as well is have a deadline. Just think like, what's the maximum you are going to allow this to be? Is it going to be, you're going to give yourself half an hour, an hour? Are you going to give yourself the night, the day? Are you going to give yourself the week? Obviously, it's going to be different for different people based on a variety of different things, including the circumstances, the context. But I would say step number one, feel what you're feeling. Don't ignore it and give yourself a deadline and say, whatever happens by tomorrow morning or by this evening or by Monday next week, whatever it is, however I feel in that moment, I'm going to acknowledge I've felt my emotions. I've listened to my self-talk. And in this moment now, after doing that, I'm going to stop putting my feelings and thoughts on a pedestal and I'm going to flip it to action. I'm going to put action on a pedestal. What I say to people time and time again is the vast majority of the general public put their feelings on such a pedestal and they act how they feel. So they feel demotivated. They feel tired. They feel negative. So they act demotivated. They act tired. They act negative. They act how they feel. And what I'm saying is, yeah, acknowledge your feelings, feel your feelings. But then the next step is that once you've made that decision, you've given yourself a deadline by X time, day, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm thinking, I'm going to flip reverse it. I'm going to stop putting my feelings and thoughts on a pedestal. I'm going to put action. And this is what I say. People act to feel. And what this means ultimately is this is like what the small 1% or whatever have mastered. This is what discipline is. This is about the idea of rather than going, I feel tired, I feel negative, I feel demotivated, therefore I'm going to act that way. They go, how do I want to feel? I want to feel productive. I want to feel energized. I want to feel positive. That's what I want to feel. And what actions do I need to take to create that emotion? And so they act to feel. They take action to create the feelings they want to feel rather than acting how they feel and staying in this cycle. So step number one, feel what you need to feel. Give yourself a deadline. And then from that deadline, literally, I know this might sound a little bit harsh, but say to yourself what I'm feeling. Doesn't matter how I feel because I made a commitment to myself, right? I've committed in this moment to take action in respect to the feelings. And I'm not going to value my emotions in this moment. I'm going to value action. And that brings me to step number two, which is my 1-1-1-1 rule, the 4 ones. Once you've made that decision, enough is enough. I've been on my pity potty. I've sat with my feelings. I've dwelled. I've felt anxious. I've felt confused. I've felt demotivated. I've felt negative. I've given myself my time to feel the shit. Now there's 4 ones. Pick one thing that's pissing you off the most about yourself. Is it your diet? Is it your training? Is it the fact you're meant to be building a business and you're not showing up on social media? You're not marketing. You're not doing sales calls. You're not making emails. Pick one area of your life. Is it your relationships, friendships? Pick one area of your life that's frustrating you the most, where you feel most stuck in a rut. Just one. That's the first one. The second one is pick one action that you can take to start to make progress on changing that one thing. So pick one thing that's annoying you, then one action, I'm going to swear by accident there, that will help you make some progress on changing that one thing. Then pick one person to be accountable to. It might be that you tell your partner, you tell a friend, you tell a coach, you tell social media. Pick something or somebody that you're going to be accountable to, and then stick to doing those actions or that action to help make a change for 1 week. That's the 4th one. One thing that's frustrating you, one action you can take consistently to make a change, one person to tell, just so you know, I'm doing this, I'm changing my diet, I'm going to get steps every morning, I'm going to start going out on a run, and then do it for 1 week, 7 days consistently. What that's about is creating momentum without massive change, massive overwhelm, without all in versus all out mentality, not from going nothing to now going, I'm going to change everything. One thing, one action aligned with that thing, one person to be accountable to, and then 1 week of consistently doing that one thing. That's the deal. That's all you've got to do. Step 2. Once you've done that, step 3, get around other people who are having success or working towards more success in that area. That is it. It doesn't need you to overthink it, overplan, have a plan on top of a plan. Seriously, this is what I see day in, day out when I'm working with people. People just need to have everything planned out for the next 111 years, like every single day. And it's like, please come back to that principle. Just learn through doing. Take action. Pick one thing. Pick one action. Crack on. And then get around other people doing that shit. And then through that momentum, that inspiration, that feeling of pride that you're taking back, you can then build consistently. Let me know if this is making sense. Let me know if anyone's got any questions. Please ask me some questions. I'm here to help. I'm here for just short of an hour. We've got some cool things, some surprise guests going to be joining me very shortly that I'm excited to bring on. Just so you know as well, I started like with just full energy, so it's like blabbering on. I didn't even say Monday Motivation with Matt is back, 7 p.m. Monday, every week, as much as I can. Some weeks I won't be able to, schedule permitting. We're going to do this. Give me some love hearts. Please tap some love hearts or put some comments in to let me know. Do you want this on a Monday? This kick up the ass, this boost of energy and motivation, this step-by-step strategy to help you in your life. Do you want this? If you don't, I won't do it. It's fine. I've got loads I could be getting on with. I'll just crack on. But I would love to do this if you would like this. So let me know. Give me some love hearts. Let me know in the comments. Do you want this? If so, we're going to do this every Monday. Live at 7, Monday Motivation with me, Matt. I'm just catching up on some comments on Instagram. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please do ask questions if there's anything. And then I'm going to dive into the next bit. How are you, says Elena? Feeling fabulous after 2 wonderful holidays, but struggling to maintain a healthy lifestyle, especially after eating too much crap. How to maintain a healthy diet. So I've just given some stuff there that I think I said after that question. So maybe that's already got you thinking, yeah, just pick one thing. That would be a massive, massive piece of advice I would give as generalized advice to most people in this situation, which is don't try and change everything at once. In some small cases, for a small amount of people, a small amount of time, burning the boats, as Tony Robbins says, and changing everything and completely wanting to, make a huge change can sometimes in a small percent of cases work. I find generally if you want sustainable success, not just a short burst of what I call a holiday from your habits, right? I always say anyone can take a fortnight off from being themselves, right? If you are morbidly obese, shove shit in your face day and night, drink alcohol all the time, are lazy, are uninspired, are not ambitious, like anyone can have a couple of weeks going, right, I've had enough. I'm sick of being like this. And they can just change everything about their life for a week or two. But actually having genuine, sustainable, healthy, long-term change that you can build upon and be happy, healthy for year after year usually doesn't come from trying to change everything in one go, because what that does is sets you up with unrealistic expectations. You're acting from a place of motivation, hype, and frustration, and let's go. But that's just emotion that will fade. And when it fades, what are you left with? You're left with all these things you now got to do that you're not used to doing. And so in my opinion, it's too much. So generally, most of the time for most people, my advice would be, please don't do that. I don't think it'll work for most of you. Just follow this 1-1-1-1 rule. 4 ones, I think I said that right. And pick one thing and stick to it for a week, and then get accountability, get support, and keep building from there in a sustainable way. Hope that helps, Eleanor. Carol says, back on it for the weekend. I'm back today. Dom says, I really like the 1-1-1 rule. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you being here. Carol saying, I love the 1-1-1 rule. 111 years. Oh yeah, I put 3 ones together for that, didn't I? They do though. People need everything planned. They need so much certainty. And honestly, people, please, it is killing your progress. Needing certainty and validation and all this stuff. Please just take action and learn through doing. Again, caveats to everything I'm saying, but as a generalized rule for most of you, most of the time, I really strongly stand by that. Love this tip, says Caroline. Loving it, makes sense. Will it be recorded too in case we miss it? Will what be recorded? Remind me, I can't remember what I'm talking about anymore. I'm going too fast for my own brain. Perfect for a Monday, says Carol. Oh, is that the Mondays? Yeah, it will be on here live. Not on Instagram though. It doesn't save on Instagram. It will save on YouTube and Facebook. Leslie says, we're fab every Monday. Great, love listening to you, says Peony Pete. Hey, how are you doing? You've come over from YouTube. I remember you. Thank you for being here. Caroline says, love a bit of Monday motivation. Gary says, I feel like I've transformed quite a lot in my life, but still thinking, where's my transformation? Feel like I've been too comfortable for a while now. This is a really interesting one, because what happens quite often as humans, we are designed to keep on, we're designed goal oriented, progress, growth, brings a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction when you feel there's forward momentum and movement happening. And as a result, you can achieve something, but because you're constantly looking on what's the next thing, you don't actually acknowledge and appreciate and have gratitude for how far you've come. So I would suggest maybe looking at that, Gary, as part of your weekly rituals or routine, or just a regular thing. It doesn't need to be all the time, but looking for ways that you can actually stop and maybe journal around and acknowledge, actually, I have done pretty well. I've done great here. There's something I spoke about with a client recently, which was this idea that we think when we achieve a certain goal, we'll suddenly feel different. And actually, at the heart of it, and this is a really complex one that I won't go on and on about now because this is like a whole live in itself. But at the heart of it, deep down, you'll still feel like you. You know, whether you get into the best shape of your life, whether you make millions of pounds, whether you're rich and famous, whatever it is that you aspire to do, please don't follow the illusion. I don't think that's the correct phrase I'm looking for, but you'll hopefully get the gist. Don't follow this narrative, which is an illusion. That sounds a bit better. That you will fundamentally feel like a different person when you achieve goals. You won't. You might have a momentary feeling of elation or pride or fulfillment, but at your core, you will always feel like you. And I've had many, many examples of this. The first time I made £16,000 in 4 weeks, I was like, oh, I still feel like Matt. When I stood on stage on a bodybuilding show in the best physical shape, sculpted body of my life, an image that I'd always thought, oh my God, if I could have a six pack and look like that, I would just feel like I've arrived. Oh, I still feel like Matt. You will be you for the rest of your life. And chasing goals is not about this idea that if you're insecure, achieving goals will make you feel secure. It's not that the result will actually change who you are. But if you can learn to enjoy the process of learning, of growing, of evolving, and actually enjoy that journey, that's where the fulfillment comes, I believe. It's an important one. So there's a few things there, which is about appreciation, it's about gratitude, and it's also about having realistic expectations, not thinking achieving a goal will make you feel like you're suddenly super Gary. You'll still be Gary. I'll still be Matt. And it's something that I learn, again, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, through doing. Somebody can tell you that, and quite often you kind of go, it kind of makes logical sense, but you actually experience it and live through it, and you go, oh yeah, it's so true. Like, if I'm not happy now, I won't be happy with £1 million. If I can't love myself now, I can't love myself with a six pack, right? It's a complex one, but have a think on that, because it's a game changer when you get it. Sarah's hi, says, great to have this on a Monday. Can you repeat step 3 as I'm writing, listening, preparing for? Yeah, absolutely, no problem. So step 3 is about getting around other people that are pursuing the same goals or have already achieved the same goals. It's infectious. We hear all the time about this idea that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If the 5 people you're exposed to and in their presence and energy are also achieving or have achieved the stuff you want to achieve, it's going to influence how you think, how you feel, how you behave, and therefore what you achieve. So that's the third step. When you're starting to make some steady progress, to keep the momentum, and it's that thing of path of least resistance. If you're trying to do things on your own, it's a lot harder than if you've got support around you and inspiration around you. Contains spelling mistakes. And it says, feeling incredibly inspired and motivated to change my life. Any advice on confidence building? 100%. Everybody needs to hear this. You get confident by doing the thing you're not confident at. Right? That's it. That's how you get confident. If you're not confident speaking on stage, speak on 500 stages. That's it. If you're not confident dating, go on 500 dates. Right? There's a difference between confidence and courage. Courage is doing something you're shit scared to do. And regardless of feeling shit scared, you just do it anyway. That's what courage is. There's no courage if you don't feel fear. That's not courageous. Being courageous is feeling scared and taking the relevant action irrespective of the emotion, right? So how do you get confident at something? Have the courage to do that thing you're not confident at for long enough, consistently. And if you need support, if you need help, get the support and get the help. But that is how you get confidence. I get so far, then get bored and start slipping. Bloody hell, we've got an amazing Q&A today. I didn't know we'd have this many questions. So I'm going to have to fire through these, but I want to say thank you because this is brilliant. The more of you can help, excellent. As I said, I get so far, then I get bored, start slipping. How can I maintain my enthusiasm? By stop putting enthusiasm on a pedestal. Do it bored, do it tired, and then get a result and then feel inspired. There we go. I should do poetry. Oh, Carol, write that one down. We can have that. I make myself laugh. It's true, right? What we're doing there, Leslie, is we're putting our feelings on a pedestal again instead of acting tough feel. Nobody can feel enthusiastic all the time. But what we do is we start a new project with enthusiasm, with motivation, and then we just believe stupidly that we'll feel this way all the time. Nobody feels this way all the time about anything ever, right? Those of you that have been married 35 years with the love of your life, I'm sure you still have times where you can't stand that person, right? Because you just, whatever you're doing in life, it cannot be this desired state of elation and excitement and happiness and fulfillment every second of every day. We're going to go through ebbs and flows. So having the logical outsider perspective of not needing to have these unrealistic expectations of feeling great all the time, and instead replacing with the discipline to go, yeah, can't be asked doing this today, but I know I need to. Let's crack on. And then obviously, caveat, circumstances dependent. There's going to be, nuance to my answer. And I would also say, get accountability, get support, get help. Don't do it alone. Lives will be on his Facebook. Thank you, Helen. What about the 21 days to build things in as a habit? Is it true? Not necessarily. I've heard conflicting different research. So I don't fully subscribe to that. But I think there is absolute truth in changing the mindset. The identity level is the biggest thing that will help change habits. It's something I coach. It's something I teach in depth. But I would say anything habit related is an inside job. You've got to be not just taking the action, you've got to be working on the thoughts in sync with the action as well. Bit of a longer answer if I was to answer that properly. But yeah, anyone can have a holiday from the habits. And I think to break a habit properly, it's not just going to be like, oh, there's science that it's 21 days exactly or 17 days. Like, it doesn't work like that. We can't just take these generalized statistics, in my opinion. Hey, Tiff says, hi, Mike. Yes, love that. Monday Motivation is back. Thanks for the 1-1-1 exercise. I find it tricky to work out what area I should prioritize. Again, what I would say is for anyone that feels that way, like, oh, I'm struggling, because I've just said there, pick the thing that's frustrating you the most. Follow the 1-1-1 rule. And then we get some people going, oh, I don't even know what's frustrating me the most. And if that's the way you're feeling, I'm not just saying you, Tiffany, I'm saying for anybody, just pick anything. Because again, learn from action rather than thinking about thinking and then thinking, should it be this or should it be that? Oh, I don't know. Just do something is what I would say as a generalized piece of advice for most people. Yeah, loving it. Hey, Faya, goals change and move, and you have to keep making new goals, interim goals, and long-term goals, but making them a mixture of achievable and those that need more work too. Matt, you always inspire me. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, I've got something I'm going to share that I'm excited about. Stick with me because somebody's joining this live in a second, and I'm really, really excited to introduce you to her. And that's not it. Then there's somebody else that's going to be joining us on this live that I'm excited to introduce you to. Before I do, ladies, gents, please put in the comments, are you signed up to our completely free 4-day Life Enhancer Challenge that starts on Monday, the 23rd of September for 4 consecutive days? Let me know in the chat. Put hell yes if you're signed up, or heck no if you've got no idea what the 4-day Life Enhancer Challenge is. It's completely free. It will not cost you a penny. For 4 consecutive days, you'll get completely free coaching and you'll be set some simple tasks every single day to help you get your momentum back, get into some great habits and get into a great routine to help you keep moving forward in a positive and productive fashion. For those of you who don't know anything about the Life Enhancer Challenge, please just give me 60 seconds now. Helen, please could you stick the link everywhere? If you look, people, if you're not signed up and you want to join us, if you look in the chat, Helen will be dropping the link. If you can't access it for whatever reason, just go to the link in my bio on Instagram and the link is there and you can get signed up. For those who don't already know, please just give me 60 seconds. I'm just going to play this little trailer that will explain everything, and then I'll be introducing you very shortly to a special friend.
If you've had the best summer holidays but you now feel totally out of your routine, lacking all motivation and like you've got this massive mountain to climb just to start feeling productive again, then the 4-day Life Enhancer Challenge is here to help.
I joined Matt's challenge back in September of this year. I've actually lost half a stone in weight. I'm out of this dark hole that I was in. I'm actually living. I've got goals.
You really do come away with having unshakable confidence. It's a great way to really become more disciplined, to feel motivated, and I highly recommend anyone to try it.
Over 4 consecutive days, you will receive totally free high-performance mindset coaching, complete with the accountability that is designed to give you that boost and a kick up the ass so that you can start thriving again in your life, career and your relationships. And for the first time ever, I'm going to be joined by some guest experts who are also here to help. We'll be focusing on taking back control, gaining clarity on your goals, setting positive habits and totally overcoming that overwhelm. If you want to finish your year strong and achieve the stuff that you say you want, then click that link to sign up. It's a completely free online group coaching program. Sign up, I'll send you the details to join, and then I'll see you on the 23rd of September.
There you go, 23rd of September for 4 consecutive days. And I'm so excited. I've been doing these challenges for around about 6 years now, something like that. No, 5 years, but I think this is our 8th time doing it. I don't know exactly. Somebody that's maybe a Success School geek might have the data that they can share with us. I don't actually know. It's something like that. But for the first time ever, I'm not doing this one alone. I'm going to be joined by my very, very good friend and super inspirational guy, Mr. Ross Grant, who's going to be talking all things mindset. And he's also going to be talking about starting your own business, which I really want everybody to listen to, whether you see yourself as a business person or not. I genuinely believe what he's going to be speaking about has the power to really change lives. So that is completely free, will not cost you a penny. There's not going to be any big sales pitch as well. And I want to say that upfront, transparently, because everyone's always like, what do they want if they're doing it for free? Nothing's ever for free in this life. Well, let me tell you now, I will talk a little bit about joining Success School. And guess what? Success School is free to join for 2 weeks. And then it is less than 20 quid a month, right? So if you join us for your free trial and then stay with us, if you want to stay with us, you can cancel before your free trial ends. It won't cost you a penny, but in essence, you can have 6 weeks of coaching, support, accountability, inspiration, motivation, education to help you live a happier, healthier, more fulfilled, more successful bloody life for less than 20 quid. Tell me what you can have that's going to give you all that for less than 20 quid, right? So yeah, there's a little bit of a salesy thing, but there's also going to be opportunity for prizes that you can win that are worth thousands of pounds as well. So it's just, I do it once a year, sometimes twice a year. We have hundreds of people that join us. The vibes and the energy is absolutely insane. Some of the personal transformations that people go through is literally unbelievable. And it takes me back some of the feedback I get from people who've been in really, really horrific, dark, disgusting, horrendous places and situations. And in 3 to 4 days, all of that has changed. So get involved. Like I said, the link is there. Helen's sharing it everywhere. If you want to join us, it will not cost you a penny. And the sales pitch, if you want to say that, is I will just a couple of times mention you might want to join Success School for free, and then 20 quid a month or less than 20 quid a month if you like it, if you love it, if you want to stay. And that's it. There's no join my £75,000 a year mentorship. I've been around that nonsense. I don't subscribe to that nonsense, and therefore I don't do that nonsense. We've got a little bit of an exclusive now. Again, we're just a minute or two away from bringing on my good friend and guest of tonight. I'll be telling you a little bit more about that in a second. But just before we do, this is a brand new video. Nobody's seen this. I've only finished editing it just a second ago myself. So this is a Success School world exclusive. Because you can hear me ranting on, telling you about all these things that I believe are amazing. But I think the people who are going to sell it to you best, even though it's free, so they're not selling out, they're just giving you an opportunity, are the people who've done it. So here's a little video. Have a little listen. And again, click the link in my bio if you want to join us, or click the link that Helen stuck in the comments on Facebook. Sign up if you haven't already. Here is a little video from the people who've done the challenge themselves.
What is this challenge and who is this Matt Hall?
I've actually lost half a stone in weight. I'm out of this dark hole that I was in. I'm actually living. I've got goals.
Absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed it. It really pushed the mindset.
It's a really great way to stay accountable. Great to be surrounded by lots of like-minded people.
I know challenge might seem like a bit of a daunting word or exciting, but you will never feel under any pressure with Matt.
It's so easy to get stuck in a rut, and there's so many things that you think you should be doing. I think that the Enhancer Challenge that Matt does gives you an opportunity to really reflect upon your life.
It is a game changer. He's a great northern cheeky chappy and he's a brilliant coach.
Definitely do it. Really pushed me. It's a really great time to go and reassess your goals, what's working, what isn't.
Really gives you strategies that you can implement in a non-sort of overwhelming way.
Matt also is not only a fantastic coach, but he's a very personable person.
He will over-deliver. He will give you tangible steps to do so you can achieve your goals within the 4 days.
I was on so many medications, insomnia, for depression, for anxiety. Now I'm qualified in my absolute dream role.
It's looking at yourself and enhancing yourself as a person so that you can show up better in the world, you can feel better about yourself, and therefore make the world a bit better.
It's just amazing to be with people with a real can-do attitude. It's just life-changing.
I can highly recommend them.
Highly recommend it for myself.
Ask yourself some of the deeper, more important questions about life and have a guide to do something where it's fun, it's interactive, and it's inspiring.
Don't take my word for it. Try it. It's free. What have you got to lose?
There you go. You got bloody nothing to lose. It's free. Please do join us if you want to give this a try. As I say, hundreds of people do it every single year and we get some incredible results. Right, without further ado, I've teased you long enough, and I love that the lady herself has been there on Instagram chatting away just to not spoil the surprise that I've invited her on this live. So for those who don't already know, my membership Success School is an online community where we get coaching every single month. Not just from me, we bring on guest experts in a variety of different fields around health, well-being, nutrition, and all that kind of good stuff. And something that we've just started doing is rewarding those who've done something outstanding and exceptional. And we started that in July. And basically, it's our member of the month. And what we want to do is each month, you know, somebody that really stands out to us that we feel is making some substantial progress, we want to reward them by giving them this member of the month kind of acknowledgement, recognition. And part of that is to bring them onto this live so they can share a little bit about who they are, what it is they want to talk about, what they want to promote, their message to the world, and share a bit of their journey. July was bloody tough. It was the first time we've ever done this. And of course, everybody stepped up. Everybody was frigging amazing. And we were just like, we can't choose. We can't do this. This is hell. This is horrendous. This is awful. What do we do? So we actually ended up awarding it to 2 people because it was just neck and neck. We could not choose between them. So we're going to bring them both on this live right now. Well, not right now. I'm going to bring one on, then I'm going to bring the other one on, and they might stay on together for a little bit, which would be really nice. So member of the month, number 1, reveal yourself. Who have we got?
Hello.
Hello. Let me know in the comments. Can everybody hear? This is Carol, everybody. Carol is one of 2 members of the month, July. Carol, I'm just going to hand right over to you because I have chatted non-stop for 40 minutes. I'm sure everybody's sick of my voice. Do you want to just explain a little bit about your journey with Success School? And before you do, actually, this is one thing I wanted to do. I've just brought my notes up here. Before you do, I'm just going to let everybody know, and then I will hand over. I promise. I know I just said everyone's sick of my voice, and I'm going to continue to talk. These are the reasons that we decided Carol deserved in the month of July to be acknowledged as Member of the Month. So Carol made some massive progress with her brand new business that she set up recently called Piece of Cake. She appeared live on LDC radio where she had her baking reviewed by Rate My Takeaways, Danny Malin. Some of you may be familiar with Danny, who's amazing. She appeared in her first ever live Instagram stream, and now here she is again being shoved on another one. She sponsored our event and sold out her entire stock that day. She took a massive push out of her comfort zone and courageously shared her heart-wrenching story online for the first time. And Carol also showed full commitment and engagement in Success School with turning up to live Zooms, check-ins, and she always goes above and beyond to support and encourage others in the community. A well-worthy winner. Carol, please tell the people a little bit about yourself and, you know, your Success School journey.
I don't need to. You just did it.
Well, that was July. That was just 1 month, love. But if you just want to, obviously, only the things that you're happy to tell, I just want to hear a little bit for those who don't know about you. You know, what has Success School given to you, and where are you at today?
I joined Success School after your first live event, and then I took up one-to-one coaching with yourself. When I joined you guys, I was pretty much living in this house and not really going anywhere. I couldn't walk more than 20 or 30 steps. I was being on the highest dose of Prozac for 7 years nearly, and temazepam, and I still didn't sleep. I was in a bit of a mess, really. And it was PTSD because I had sustained a really violent rape, and that was it. I just stopped the will to go out to do anything. I was terrified of my own blooming shadow. I had flashbacks, nightmares. But within 2 weeks of working with you, I was off all my medication. Success School has been the most supportive place I have ever known, and I've made some amazing friends. The business was something that, again, Success School pushed me, and you pushed me, because I made cakes but didn't sell them because I didn't think they were good enough to sell properly.
Which is mad, and anyone in Success School knows how mad that is, because you have got such a gift, I'm not just saying it to like big you up, and like I told you, didn't I? You brought some for free, and I was like, after knowing your journey and working with you, and you know, encouraging you to maybe consider what could you do that you'd love to do to make money, you know, based on your talents, your passions ultimately. And then you baked us these freebies to try it. And I was literally, as just before it touched my mouth, I was going, I really hope these are good, because this is going to be awful if I have to let her down. But also you brought them to my band, didn't you? And I know the lads in the band are so honest, and they ate them not in front of you. And I said to you, like, if they didn't like them and there was all, oh, thank you, but behind closed doors, like, they're awful, I would tell you, I would be honest. And they genuinely, all of us like, oh my God, these are beautiful. And that was when the idea was fully like, okay, let's go for it, right?
Definitely, yeah. And also looking at making them slightly healthier.
Yeah.
So I created a sort of a sugar-free and vegetarian range as well.
And they were the ones that tasted amazing.
Yes, they were the ones that you tried and got the band to try. And that's why they were not very keen on trying gluten-free, vegetarian, sugar-free, because that really sold it to them.
Absolutely. They're like, these will taste like shit then. Because a lot of them do, right?
Yeah.
So that was the idea where you was like, okay, we're onto something here. And then you launched. And then very quickly after, you came to our event where you sold out of everything, right?
I know. That was amazing. I was gobsmacked. But yeah, everything, and lots of really, really good feedback from there as well. And then to actually have Danny Mellin rating them while I was sat there.
You were so nervous.
Saying you should be nervous because we're going to be really honest. That did not help.
Nope, absolutely not. You know what I'm like. But I just want to really, really commend you, because obviously we're in a good space. We've got good energy today. We're having a bit of banter. but your journey is one of the most incredible inspirational journeys, because what you went through and have been through and are, you know, consistently working on today takes massive courage, massive determination, massive work, and consistent daily work, actually.
Yeah.
And you're doing it, and you continue to do it. Could you just maybe share, if you're happy to, a little bit about exactly where your mindset was back in October last year, and the difference to it today, nearly a year on?
Back in October, I had been given a diagnosis that I had tumours on my spine, 2 of them, and they were pretty fast growing. I'd been accepted onto a drug trial, but I had a part to play. But my mindset was such that I actually didn't really care whether I lived or died. So I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, and I wasn't getting the results that I could have got. I was way behind the target and could have actually been kicked off the drug trial.
Wow.
Yeah, so my mindset was terrible, really.
And then, I mean, there's so much that have changed, but if you could just give some of the key things in terms of what did change and where you're at today, because it's just, I mean, I can't, that first call and that version of you that you're speaking about there, where you genuinely weren't bothered whether you lived or died. And, you know, again, it just feels so far removed from the person I'm speaking to today that it's almost like unbelievable. But
It's
if you
night and
could,
day. Yeah.
yeah, if you could just share a little bit about that, you know, where you are and what changed.
Working with you is what changed everything, really. And yeah, and obviously being a part of Success School. But working with you, you got me to actually start going out and doing the walking that I was supposed to be going out and doing. Even though I could only do 20 or 30 steps, I was supposed to do it a couple of times a day, because you don't get any better if you don't do. And I wasn't doing, and you made me be accountable. I literally had to check in every day and tell you that I'd been out, and I couldn't lie to you. So I actually had to do it. But when I went out that first time, it was actually chucking it down and freezing cold. The wind was blowing.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I'd actually felt anything for years. The furthest I went was literally around the corner to the shop with my head down, never looked up at people. The only time I went out was with friends who would pick me up and put the wheelchair in the back of the car, so that I was always included with them whenever we went anywhere, but never left the house on my own, sort of thing.
Mm.
And yeah, it's now I go out twice a day for a walk, and I'm out walking for sort of 20 minutes in an afternoon, at least half an hour in the morning. The difference is just unbelievable. The tumours have gone from my spine. I have actually got more progress than anyone's had on that drug trial. I've had the most progress that they've ever seen from someone that wasn't going to get even the most that you could get out of it, because I was way behind.
Unbelievable.
And I finished streets ahead.
Yeah.
Because my mindset changed.
Yeah.
And it is down to you facilitating and not letting me quit on myself, because there have been quite a lot of times when I have not wanted to do what you've wanted me to do, and I wanted to quit. But you don't let people quit on themselves. You check in, and then you make me check in, and yeah, the result is just unbelievable. I actually feel happy. I said to you, I've got happy back in my life, and I hadn't had that for 10 years, probably, since I was properly happy.
Wow, it's just unbelievable. And it doesn't matter how many times, obviously, we've worked together really closely. So these kind of conversations we have regular. And I honestly, like, it doesn't matter how many times you say that sort of stuff. It always takes me back. And it's just like you said it, it's unbelievable. It actually is unbelievable. And I know you've mentioned a lot there about me and the part that I played, but I always come back to, you've got to do it. Like, you've got to be willing to do it. And you have. And that really can't, you know, be played down. You've worked bloody hard, and you continue to. And I see as well, Helen's put
I
in the
haven't
chat.
always wanted to do what you've wanted me to.
I bloody know it, Carol. Don't I know it, love? I can see Helen's also put there about you've also lost a lot of body fat as well through the
Yes.
exercise and cancer free now, right?
Yeah, I am.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was 2 months on Saturday.
Do you want to just talk a little bit about what your main focus is now and your mission? And it's an opportunity really for you just to promote what you're about. If people want to, you know, follow Piece of Cake and things like that, do you want to just tell people how they can follow what you do?
Yeah, Piece of Cake. I do have an Instagram page for that now. I have a postal service. I offer gluten-free, vegetarian, sugar-free, as well as regular things. I do sort of offer celebration cakes, and I have picked up work with children's parties, the company that provide children's parties now also offer a cake using my services. And honestly, this next 4 months is the order book is almost full for the rest of the year. It's unbelievable.
Well, you know what that means? That's when we put prices up, people, if anyone knows how
Oh
to do
God,
business.
don't.
So
I've already stressed over the prices that you're getting me to charge now.
if
Stop
people
it.
want to buy, get in now before she's fully sold out and starts putting a price up. Listen, it's called supply and demand. Take a leaf out of Oasis's book. They understand it. Carol, honestly, it's absolutely amazing what you have done and what you continue to do. Are you happy? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to invite in our next guest who also was joint member of month July. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, I'll mute you for a second, but if you're happy to stay in the waiting room and then we'll maybe just finish all, have a quick chat together at the end. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Thanks, Carol. All right. So without further ado, what I will do then here is I will just read out what this person did and then I'll bring them on. So also in the month of July, this person who is an actress, very talented lady, she auditioned and was cast in a brand new acting role. She still showed up consistently at the members' check-ins and the Zoom calls, despite having some really, really difficult, challenging personal struggles that she was dealing with at the time. She pushed through a really challenging autism assessment to get the answers she's been searching for. And she made massive progress with her confidence and personal relationships. She also displayed some massive courage by pushing out of her comfort zone to travel and attend a Success School event in Leeds, and even went out socializing afterwards with the rest of the Success School members and danced the bloody night away. And don't we know it? It's been such a huge transformative month for this person. And she has also just completed this week, or last week as it's Monday now, on creating her own short film. Without further ado, please welcome everybody. It is Zoe Jessica who is here. Zoe, welcome. How are you doing?
I am very well, thank you, Matt. How are you?
You've not stopped, have you? You've just not stopped recently. It's been non-stop. Are you feeling a little bit shattered today?
I am. I slept for a full 12 hours. I needed it. But it's just been incredible the last week and last 2 years of being part of Success School. It's been insane.
Well, let's dive into that. If you're happy to talk about it, obviously, if you want to just share a little bit about your journey, what sort of brought you to Success School, and what would you say are some of the key highlights of the fundamental changes and achievements that you've had?
So I first met Matt doing a acting course called Bulletproof Actor with Act on This. So I first did it I thought, oh, it'll help me in my acting career, help me gain a little bit more confidence. And I just really, from the moment I started that course, really gelled with Matt and just everything he said. And I was like, I can take this into my personal life. Like, not just in my acting career, it can help me personally too. And actually through doing that course, I realized that there were a lot of things from my past that were holding me back that I hadn't dealt with, and it actually made me the quite shy, person that I was. I felt like I really didn't fit in, that I was never good enough for anyone. And that was always kind of my mindset. And whenever I had friends, I would go above and beyond, even if it was a detriment to myself, to keep those friends, because it was something I never had. And I always kind of felt on the outside of things. So I joined Success School. And I did a month's coaching with you, and I really kind of delved into my past and everything that had happened. So for a bit of context, I am adopted. So I was adopted from a very, very young age. I've grown up in a very, very amazing, you know, adoptive family. But there was always that thing of knowing what had happened in my past and going, well, I wasn't good enough for my own birth family. I wasn't good enough for my own parents. Like, how am I going to be good enough for anyone else? Like, if your own family doesn't have the time for you, like, how can you even be good enough for anyone else? And that was always holding me back. And when we went kind of into the one-to-one coaching, we kind of really delved into it, and it really changed my mindset and flicked it and went, well, it's something they're missing out on. It's not something that I'm missing out on. They're missing out on the incredible person that I was. And actually, there's plenty other people out there who can see the goodness, who can see, you know, the person that I am, and who appreciate me for who I am. Like, I don't have to keep believing I'm not good enough, because I'm good enough for the right people. And I think that was the massive shift that I had, kind of being like, well, you're missing out now. You're missing out on my life and the incredible things that I'm doing. And I think that was the biggest thing for me.
When you just think like back to that time to now, again, just like we were speaking about with Carol, it's almost like you've come so far now in your self-belief, your self-worth, your self-confidence. And then when you feel like that genuinely from an authentic place, then that translates into every area of your life, right? Which is like your personal life, your personal relationships. And then, I mean, I don't know if you want to just tell people a little bit about the film you've been doing recently. That was a passion project that you've just wrapped filming. Was it Friday when you finished?
Yeah, so we finished filming on Friday, and you know, I was 18 when I first was like, I want to write a short film, and I had these two characters of Lily and Sam. And Lily, this character that I created, was very much based on me, and that's actually how I realized that I was very neurodiverse in the way that I was, because of the way I wrote Lily. And she kind of made me realize that that was a pathway I needed to go down. But in terms of the film, I always had this Lily and Sam. They were two characters that I absolutely adored, absolutely loved. And I thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it. And I tried to make it, and then actors dropped out, and my DOP ran off with half my footage, and literally people dropped out on me. I couldn't find any footage. And I was like, I've done all of this for nothing. And I took 6 months away where I was like, I don't know what to do. Should I just give up? Should I just give in? Like, it's not going to work. And then another member of our incredible community, Caroline, reached out to me just on a whim and went, you've written a film before. I would really like to write a film as well. And I went, well, I actually never finished that. So here's the script that I had from last time. Let's have a look at this and see how we can rejig it. And I remember going back into it and thinking, oh, it's not going to work. It hasn't worked before. It won't work again. And there were so many obstacles this time as well. You know, there's obstacles every time I did it. And I was like, you know what, we can keep going, but is it ever really going to get done? But it was kind of like, you know, you're one step forward, keep stepping forward, keep going. And it got to a point I was like, right, we've got dates, we've got this, we've got cast. The cast are coming back. The dates are 1 week away. And it's got to a point now where I'm like, we've done it. Like, we did it. And I still can't believe it. I really don't. I woke up this morning, I was like, right, I've got emails to send, I've got cast to sort. And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, now I'm working on premieres, and we're working on, you know, letting this film out into the universe and promoting it in the right way, and just also really nurturing the relationships with the cast and the crew that we both created through doing this film. And for me now, I think the reason we did it this time was we renamed it. So the original film that I wrote when I was 18 was called Murder in the Auditorium. And we renamed it this time. I thought, oh, what inspires us? Like, who are the people in our lives that really inspire us to move forward? And we came up with this song because I absolutely loved it from when I was younger, Shine. It was like, we've got to call it Shine. And that name and everything about the film, in terms of this little girl Lily finding her way in life, not really understanding how to make friends, how to socialize, how to behave, not understanding the way the world works. And we came up with a tagline of every Lily deserves a chance to shine. And we kind of thought everyone needs to hear this, because it is very much my story within Lily. And we wrapped on Friday, and I cannot believe it.
I'm so excited. Even just seeing the things you've been sharing on social media, it's just like, it's real, it's happening. There's a film crew there, like, you're on set, you're making that dream a reality, which is so inspiring to be able to watch. And I'd love you to just share just a few words before we start wrapping up about, as you reflect now on your journey over this last few years, since doing Bulletproof Actor, working on your mindset and everything from then to now in between. How does it feel now, reflecting back on and seeing the person you are today that's here articulating so amazingly the incredible things that you've done and, the film that you've just created? How does it feel today to have been someone that's done the work, that is doing the work, and that is having these achievements along the way?
It honestly feels incredible. And I put a post out on X today and I was like, dear 18-year-old Zoe, like, look what you've done. Like, you've got a dream, but it might take 3 years to get there, but you will, but you've just got to keep fighting. And to look back at the girl that I was even 6 months ago, I went through something in January that was very, very testing for me in many ways. And it's something that I'd never been through before. And I didn't know how I was going to react in that situation. And that situation taught me to be, I'm learning every single day. But to even think back to a month ago, the girl I was, I'm different. She wouldn't even recognize me now. And to even think about to 3 years ago, that girl would be like, who are you? Like, you've changed so much for the better. And just to look back and kind of go, that was all learning, that was all part of my life. But to have that shift to kind of go, this is now my mindset and this is what I believe in and this is what is important to me, it is been so incredible. Because the people, I think initially when I joined Success School, I was very shy. I wouldn't say boo to a goose. Like, I would do anything. Like, I would do anything to please anyone, even if that was detriment to myself. And kind of like to look back on that now and think, to have the boundaries that I have now, the people who knew me back then as this shy little girl who didn't really know what was going on, who always felt different, who never socialized, who never went out, who never understood the world, they've kind of come back to me now and gone, oh, we've seen such a change in you.
It's massive.
And for people to say that is kind of like, and these are people actually who initially doubted me doing something about my mindset, who were like, oh, that'll never help. Like, why are you doing that? Like, that's not going to help you at all. Like, you're wasting money. Like, what's the point? And now they're the people who are going, Zoe, you've really come on in these last 2 years. Like, you have done so much. Like, how have you done it? And I was like, because I believed in the Success School in the first place. I believed I could. I believed in the mindset. I believed in myself enough to kind of go, you will do this. It might not be straight away, but I will. And I think when someone tells me, I'm that type of person, if someone turns around and tells me you can't do this or that won't quite work out, I'll go, yeah, it might not work out immediately, but I'll find a way to show you at some point that I can. And I think that's the massive change. And, to look back now to 18-year-old Zoe, I'd be like, there's good times ahead. Just keep going.
I mean, I was just thinking, obviously, you've been to the events. I know that that's been a huge challenge in itself. Obviously, I saw you Saturday night at 53.2. You're now here just speaking so confidently. I just cannot congratulate you enough. As I was saying to Carol a second ago, like, of course, Success School is my passion. Coaching people is my passion. But all that is useless if people don't believe in it and put the work in. And you and Carol are just both amazing examples of people who, and I want to sort of just talk a little bit on that point you said there about people doubted you and you still did it anyway. And I just want to say to anybody now, that's skeptical, that's cynical, but isn't happy right now, please, whether you try working with me or Success School or not, please at least take a leaf out of Carol and Zoe's book, which is do something, get help from somewhere. Don't allow other people to dictate, oh, why are you doing that? Or you shouldn't, anything like that. If you know in your heart you need to change something, then you need to ask for help. You need to get help from somewhere. And if you feel it's aligned and you feel it's right, I would love you to come and join us for free on the 4-day challenge and join our Success School community on a free trial. If you want to work with me one-to-one, drop me a message. I have still got a little bit of availability this month. But if you don't align with me or Success School for whatever reason, that's totally cool too. The message here is do something. Don't just allow self-limiting beliefs, self-doubt, fear, and other people's judgment and opinion of, oh, what you're doing that for, whatever, to stop you from getting help. Zoe, thank you so much. What I'm going to do, I just want to really quickly just say one more time about the 4-day challenge. For those who haven't already seen it, I'm just going to play you the new little trailer we've put together. And then if it's okay with you, Zoe and Carol, we'll just do a quick chat to finish, and then we'll call it there. But Helen, I don't know if you're still here. I think you are. If you could please just make sure, if anyone needs the link, if you could drop the link. If you could actually, Helen, please could you put the link for Success School as well, if people want to join our free trial to join the community, but also specifically if you want to do our completely free 4-day challenge, if you could drop the link for that, or if people just need to DM me if they've any questions about it, or like I said, the link is in my Instagram bio if you're struggling to click it on the Insta comments, because I don't think the hyperlink works. But just another minute, I'm just going to play this video for anyone that's joined, and then do stay with us. Please stay with us if you're watching live, and then we're going to finish off with just another minute or two with Carol and Zoe. But if you're wondering what is this 4-day challenge, rather than me bleating on and on and on about it, have a little listen just for a minute or so from some of the people who have done it.
What is this challenge and who is this Matt Hall?
I've actually lost half a stone in weight. I'm out of this dark hole that I was in. I'm actually living. I've got goals.
Absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed it. It really pushed the mindset.
It's a really great way to stay accountable. Great to be surrounded by lots of like-minded people.
I know challenge might seem like a bit of a daunting word, or exciting, but you will never feel under any pressure with Matt.
It's so easy to get stuck in a rut, and there's so many things that you think you should be doing. I think that the Enhancer Challenge that Matt does gives you an opportunity to really reflect upon your life.
It is a game changer. He's a great northern cheeky chappy, and he's a brilliant coach.
Definitely do it. Really pushed me. It's a really great time to go and reassess your goals, what's working, what isn't.
Really gives you strategies that you can implement in a non-sort of overwhelming way.
Matt also is not only a fantastic coach, but he's a very personable person.
He will over-deliver. He will give you tangible steps to do so you can achieve your goals within the 4 days.
I was on so many medications, insomnia, for depression, for anxiety. Now I'm qualified in my absolute dream role.
It's looking at yourself and enhancing yourself as a person so that you can show up better in the world, you can feel better about yourself, and therefore make the world a bit better.
It's just amazing to be with people, a real can-do attitude. It's just life-changing.
I can highly recommend them.
Highly recommend it for myself.
Ask yourself some of the deeper, more important questions about life, and have a guide to do something where it's fun, it's interactive, and it's inspiring.
Don't take my word for it. Try it. It's free. What have you got to lose?
There you go. And I just want to say as well, please, if you've not already signed up, do sign up, give it a try. We've got nearly 300 people that are signed up to do the challenge this year. And just to confirm, that is starting on Monday, the 23rd of September, for 4 consecutive days for the first time ever. And this is about the 8th time I've run one of these over the years. I'm going to be joined by Ross Grant, who's going to be talking all things mindset, as well as talking about how to start a side hustle, start earning more money as well, which I think is a really important subject. So please do sign up. And I also just want to say, if you could support us, whether what you personally feel you'd benefit or not, if you do see the trailers that I've got running on Instagram and so on, and Facebook, if you do see it, if you could please like it, if you could please put a comment, if you could share it to your stories and to your timelines and things like that, anything you can do to help us get the word out there. Like I said, this is a completely free thing that I do, and it's all about me trying to help as many people as physically possible. Like I said earlier, there's no major sales pitch. I'm not going to try and get everybody to pay me £10,000. I do speak about my Success School membership, which is free to join anywhere, and it's less than 20 quid a month for those who want to keep going with it over the months. If they want to, they can. You don't have to. That's all the selling is. That's it. The rest of it is just genuinely something that I do once a year, sometimes twice, to give back, to make a positive impact on as many people's lives as possible. So if you do see that come up on your timeline, we all know anybody that's an online business owner that's trying to get their stuff out there and help people and build their brand, we all know how difficult it can be to promote, how difficult it can be with the algorithm, to actually get their message out there. So if you do see it, please do help us. Please do share and spread the word to get as many people on board, so that in doing so, you help me help other people have access to do something that's going to help themselves, and we start that positive ripple effect in a world that I think, frankly, bloody well needs it. All right, without further ado, let's just have a last couple of minutes. Let's bring back on our members of the month from July, Zoe and Carol. I mean, I would just love, just first and foremost, I just want to say well done. It's genuinely inspiring. And I'm sure anyone that's not part of Success School that have maybe been listening to this will see, just from hearing a little bit of both your stories over the last year or two, why it was so difficult in July to pick one member of the month and why we just had to give it to you both in July. So I want to say a massive thank you for coming on here today. I also want to say a genuine heartfelt well done. It's incredible, what you've done, and it's so nice to hear you share a bit about your story. I'd love you to just share, if you're happy to, before we finish, if people are on the fence about life coaching, about Success School, about getting help, about joining our community, anything around that kind of thing, which a lot of people are, understandably, from your personal experiences, we'll start with Zoe and go to Carol next. Would you just share a few words? What would you say, based on your experience, to those people that are unsure?
Just do it. Like, I know it is so easy to say that, like, just do it, like, just go for it. Like, the changes you will see, like, I've done so much more than I ever thought I would before I joined Success School. And half of that stuff I wouldn't have done if it hadn't have been for Success School. You might go into it and say, oh, I'm just going to go into it because I want to improve this part of my life, and then that'll be fine. But you'll improve that part of your life, and then you'll go, but if I can do that, then I can do this.
Right.
And then if I can do that, then I can also do this. But if I'm doing that, let's try this. It's like me with my film. It was like, oh, we're going to give it a shot, see what happens. Now I'm like, I want to do it again. I want to start writing again. Let's go. You will, honestly, the changes you will see are so much more than you would ever think. And if you do the work, if you put the effort in, if you really, really seriously want to make a change, investing in yourself is the best thing you can do, because if you get all of that right, everything else will fall into place around you. And, if I could turn back now to 12-year-old Zoe and go, do this now, I would, because I would be so much further ahead. But start as soon as you can, because once you've got it, you won't give it up, because you will keep going, because you'll get the knack for it, you'll get the mindset, and you go, but now there's so many more possibilities, so just do it.
I love it. And Zoe as well, just before we move on to you as well, Carol, do you want to just tell people, if they want to follow you and they want to know more about your film, just a few seconds just to promote anything you want to promote, really?
Yeah, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at ZoeJessica_actor for all acting things. If you want to follow the film, it's at Shine Short Film. And also over on TikTok, I'm the same as my Instagram, but also on TikTok, I've got another channel called Authentically Me, which is I've basically just set up, which is basically me seeing life as a recently diagnosed autistic and ADHD young woman, growing up for 21 years, not realizing, and now realizing that I am, and how I navigate life. And it's just me talking about everything every day that I struggle with, and hoping that the things I struggle with, that you can resonate with it as well. So I'm doing a lot of different things, but yeah, so there's that over on TikTok and also here on Instagram as well.
And I just want to say, people, make sure you follow it. I love the way that you see things, the way that you edit some of that content together. It's brilliant. So definitely want to say, give Zoe a follow and support that film as well, because she's still on that journey of finishing the film, and then there's going to be a premiere and there's going to be a release. So anything you can do, please do support Zoe. She really does deserve it. Carol, what would you say to those people?
As far as Success School goes, as you say, it's free for 2 weeks. So why wouldn't you? I mean, really? That was the first thing I did after the live event, was join Success School. And then realizing just how much you get from not just the live sessions every week, but all the stuff that's in the membership area is just invaluable. And I keep going back to that and revisiting the really older stuff that was done before I joined. I keep working my way through things, and the fact that you can see such a massive change in my answers to some of the work that you do to doing it again now is just phenomenal. I know it's been like 8.5 months of working with you, but oh my God, it literally saved my life. I would probably not be here today if I had not done all of that. So I cannot stress how important getting the right help is. Whatever that looks like, you have to do something.
Anybody that saw me come on here with wacky energy, now hopefully what I'd hope people are getting from this, if you're not already part of Success School, is how can I not be filled up with passion and energy for what I do? When, like, if anyone's been listening to what Carol and Zoe, what you've shared tonight, and I mean, it's just, it's sometimes I get confused, like, what? How are we all doing this? Like, how are people having such miraculous change? And obviously I know why, because of the work that we do. But there is those pinch me moments of like, wow, what an inspiring community of people when you look around at what everybody's doing, right? So hopefully people, if you're not part of our community and you see me showing up and you're like, oh, who does he think he is or whatever, hopefully this is just giving people a little bit of a taster of not just me and what I'm about, but the community and what you give to me and the responsibility then I feel back when there's incredible people like you who are willing to put in the work. So I just want to say, Zoe, Carol, well done. Thank you so bloody much. And Carol, do you want to just quickly, again, anyone that's just joined, just give a quick promote and a quick shout out for your stuff?
Yeah, Piece of Cake is my Instagram page, and you will see there are photographs of all the different types of cakes and buns and things that I have done and can do. And just message me. I'm sure we can work out your perfect cake. And also, can I just say, I have discovered that I can write, according to you.
No, not according to me.
And now I've got another passion project that we are working on together. And I am so excited and so bloody scared at the same time. So honestly, you don't get this from anything else. It's amazing. And you are amazing.
Oh,
you facilitate all of this.
Thanks, Carol.
I second that.
Thank you so much. And also a massive thank you, everybody that's been joining us on this live. Anybody that's engaged, that's asked questions, thank you so much. We will leave it there because we've been nearly an hour and a half now of me ranting on. So that's more than enough for anybody. But thank you so much, Zoe. Thank you, Carol. Thanks so much for joining, so much for sharing. And please do follow these ladies if you don't already and support their businesses, support what they're about. Right, we'll finish there. 30 seconds each just to finish off. Give the people some motivation, some inspiration, some energy to finish off. So what do you want to leave the people with tonight?
You can do it. Like, if there's something you want to go out there and there's something you want to achieve, just do it. Start with the small steps. Keep going. Keep pushing forward. Yes, there'll be obstacles. Some of them you might not be able to see through. But just keep pushing. You know, life's the climb. Like, it's all about climbing. Feel the fear, do it anyway.
Boom. Carol, final words for you.
Oh, comfort zone. I don't even know what one is anymore now because you keep moving the goalposts so bloody much.
Sorry about that.
So, no, but with the results I'm getting, it is just unbelievable. You've got to do it. Just do it.
There you go. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Zoe, Carol, thank you. Just going to play out the trailer one more time. If you haven't already, join us for the 4-day challenge, completely free. 4 days to get into great habits, to get into a good routine, to work on your mindset, and to start pursuing your goals and dreams. Lots of love, everybody. That is our Monday motivation. Back next Monday, 7 p.m. Thank you so much, everyone.
If you've had the best summer holidays but you now feel totally out of your routine, lacking all motivation and like you've got this massive mountain to climb just to start feeling productive again, then the 4-day Life Enhancer Challenge is here to help.
I joined Matt's challenge back in September of this year. I've actually lost half a stone in weight. I'm out of this dark hole that I was in. I'm actually living. I've got goals.
You really do come away with having unshakable confidence. It's a great way to really become more disciplined, to feel motivated, and I highly recommend anyone to try it.
Over 4 consecutive days, you will receive totally free high-performance mindset coaching, complete with the accountability that is designed to give you that boost and a kick up the ass so that you can start thriving again in your life, career, and your relationships. And for the first time ever, I'm going to be joined by some guest experts who are also here to help. We'll be focusing on taking back control, gaining clarity on your goals, setting positive habits, and totally overcoming that overwhelm. If you want to finish your year strong and achieve the stuff that you say you want, then click that link to sign up. It's a completely free online group coaching program. Sign up, I'll send you the details to join, and then I'll see you on the 23rd of September.